Is there going to be a second Kendrick Lamar drop? That there's tons of evidence to
It's very
lead to it.
possible.
There's a lot of different evidence that points to the fact that he's probably going to. People calling this a mixtape before the album, right? A lot of people were doing that.
This is a Kendrick mixtape, not an album.
Could be.
The snippet that dropped before the album played a song that wasn't even on GNX. That snippet, that minute snippet,
That what
video,
you're right. That wasn't
even
GNX.
on this album.
It wasn't.
Which is the same thing he did with the Not Like Us video.
Not Like Us, yeah.
References to Geminis and multiple cars being in the snippet.
Reincarnated with love. My Gemini twin back powering up. No more handshakes and hugs.
Leads you to believe there's two things coming. This album being only 45 minutes leads me to believe that he's got more in the tuck. I mean, it's 12 songs, 45 minutes. It just doesn't feel like that's everything I had after the beat.
He was 2 tracks away from me saying, "Oh, this is the 10 that he had in stock."
Yeah,
that's literally what I was thinking. Like, these are the 10 tracks that he already had to continue talking about Drake. Because I feel like everything, stop the Heart Part 6, leave that one alone. But everything. Oh, and then probably Luther, that one.
yeah. Well, and then
damn, maybe that was the 10 in stock. Because Luther and Heart Part 6, he didn't mention Drake at all. Every other song, I think Drake called a shot.
Well, Whacked Out Murals had to have been after all that because he mentioned the Lil Wayne Super Bowl stuff.
Right, yeah, no, we know everybody he was talking to in Whacked Out Mirrors. All the hit dogs hollered. Everybody.
Yeah.
Drake did, Snoop Dogg did, Wayne did. All the hit dogs hollered. Andrew Schultz, I'm sure, has a podcast waiting to send or upload on already.
He's already mentioned it. He said something about Kendrick being woke.
That was his response?
Let's see if I can find the actual...
Biggest rapper in the world tell you not to talk about black women. That's law. And you call him woke?
He says, is this guy too woke to understand a joke? That was his reaction to it.
Okay, yeah. Andrew Schultz is the epitome of why certain people have the idea that all white people are racist. Because you can get all that shit from people in your audience and people surrounding your audience outside of Kendrick Lamar. Like, this was already a thing for you. You already caught a lot of negative buzz around this. So the idea that this is a Kendrick problem is nuts.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like, even given all the evidence and all the people who had a problem with what you allowed to be said on your podcast and what you said yourself, you still think it's an individual issue.
Crazy.
Nuts.
Okay, so more reasons why I think there's going to be a second album. Typically, Kendrick has his Heart Parts, Heart series drop before dropping an album, and this album has the real Heart Part 6 on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that would lead me to believe this is the thing that's coming before the actual album comes out. And then there was a rumor that Taylor Swift was going to be a feature on the album. What?
DJ Snake, he did an interview, and it's in French. I don't speak French. I'm going to play it, so maybe the French speakers in the audience can confirm one way or the other. But he confirmed that Taylor Swift is working with Kendrick Lamar, so let's take a look.
They did, and the internet ran with it. And the Drake song, it aged so well. I guess you got to wait for a whole nother album to see if it did, actually.
Facts. And then me personally, I have a hard time believing that he's not going to step on Drake's album whenever he decides to drop.
Well, not now. I don't think he has to now. I think he was planning on it, and I think he was waiting too long.
And so he dropped this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he was planning on crushing his release date, and Drake said no. He said, I'm not going to release until you drop. So he dropped 12 throwaways or 12 B-sides, and is going to go number one.
But what happens when Drake does decide to drop, and then Kendrick says, oh, no, here's my actual album?
That's literally what they did with the diss tracks.
Yeah.
Literally what he did with the Drake. Oh, what is Kendrick doing? Why he taking so long? Why he taking so long? I don't think he ever gonna say anything again. We may not hear from Kendrick Lamar. He may just stop rapping. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, all right, I'll say something about Kendrick. Da-da-da-da-da, I'ma smash your van. Oh, wait, he dropped? Shit. Dropped again? Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to do something drastic. I have to make fun of sexual assault victims. Yes. That's where we go.
Yeah, that was the way
That's
to go.
what we do. That's what we do, baby. Load up.
If I had all these so-called allegations, I promise I would have been arrested. I promise.
I won't be with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, that was trash.
So again, I think that's where you just got a lot more of it. Oh, Kendrick has to follow up on this momentum. Where did he go? He can't handle the pressure of being the number one guy. This is why Drake is so great, because he keeps making music.
Mm-hmm.
Where we at now?
Yeah, he's killing it.
Where we at now?
He's killing it.
The only person dodging dates is your guys' guy.
Sure.
It's the only people dodging smoke
Facts.
at this later date.